I'm so proud that I've actually come to this country, and what I've seen so far really is very impressive. It's the first time I've been here.
Despite what you heard.
Despite, exactly, it's when you see it firsthand, and I've got a lot of friends that are Gambian, and they've seen the transformation that has happened in the past decade or so, and it's very impressive. I was just discussing with one of my colleagues about, just a few years ago there was no university, there was no television station. So there's a lot that has happened within the short period that you have been the president.
You say a few years ago there was no university.
Am I right? Probably.
Okay. That is part of the answers to the reason why we left the Commonwealth.
Yes.
The British were here for 400 years. They never built a high school.
Exactly.
Okay.
No high school.
For 400 years, no high school. Then 30 years of so-called independence, no university, no high school. Also, the government of the day never built a high school for 30 years. Never built a single hospital. Do you understand? So, even the British built only one high school in 400 years, and that is called Armitage High School. And that was built for the children of traditional rulers in order to appease them. No, it was not open to everybody. It was meant for the children of traditional rulers. That was the only school they built in 400 years of occupation. So, how many years would it have taken us for us to have a college, then the university? Maybe 1 billion years. So how do you expect us to continue to follow something that is always kicking us backwards? Yes.
Exactly. No, that point is really, I'm so glad that you have actually explained to our readers why this decision was taken, and I think it's something that the readers will be the judge on this one. But the Gambia now, as it is, there's always, you've just been to the UN, and the press that came out of your speech at the UN, as usual, expectedly, for some of us who are in the media, we expect the media to react that way. But what do we see in the next, maybe if we look ahead, next 5 years towards the end of this term and probably in the future, because you've done quite a lot in the short period that you have been in power. And despite all this backlash that is coming and the positive story not being told, if my mother, who lives in a small village in Malawi, wanted to read about the Gambia, what can I tell her and what can I say to expect? Because the Pan-African dream is about telling the story of how Africa is actually doing, whether be in the Gambia, whether be in Zambia, South Africa. What do we see in the Gambia in the next 5 years?
5 years is a long period of time. In the Gambia, you see changes, positive changes every 3 months. So I will tell you that if you come to the Gambia in 1 year from now, you will see something different. You will see more advancement. In the next 5 years, we want Gambia to emerge as one of the leading economies in the third world, not only in Africa. But in 5 years from now, we want to see a Gambia where maybe 1% of illiteracy, the literacy rate should not go beyond 1%. We want to make sure that 5 years from now, we want to make sure that there will be no referral of medical cases to any other country except in extreme conditions. 5 years from now, we want to, you come to the Gambia, we want any student you see going to any institution, be it university or what, has free education. That is what you expect Gambia to be in five years from now, by the grace of the Almighty Allah.
Yeah. For a country that is, not very natural resource based, and if you read from our colleagues in the media, in the Western media, they always think the Gambia's success has actually really been based on foreign aid. How do you react to that? And if you're going to be talking about moving forward even more development in the next few years, how does the Gambia sustain itself in terms of that economic advancement?
Those people that talk about foreign aid that build the Gambia, let them tell me or tell you one infrastructure that is built based on foreign aid. Now, is it not contradictory? From 94 to date, they have never given me a respite. They have been attacking me because of my stance, which will never change. And then again, they tell you that Gambia's success story is due to foreign aid. Foreign aid from which country? In the West. Do you understand? We are not dependent on foreign aid. And I don't think if we were dependent on foreign aid for our livelihood, I will be taking the decisions I take. I will follow this position of complete independence and fighting for the dignity of the African wherever he or she is, and defending my religious belief. If we were dependent on that aid to be where we are. They talk about foreign aid, but they have never told you foreign aid from who. So I think what is important, let them tell the whole world who gave us what to build what. Exactly. Do you understand? Because the West are shamelessly brave to take credit for somebody's effort. Let them tell me what they built for me. Do you understand? As I said, I always tell my colleagues and even Gambians that if anybody in Africa believes that the same colonial white man would come and develop your country, you are a big fool. In the case of the Gambia, they were here for 400 years. All they did was take, not bring anything. They took out Gambia, they sold our land. Gambia was bigger than the Gambia was an elephant. In fact, I wish I brought the map of the Gambia in 1578 and the Gambia of today. And one of the main reasons why the British came to the Gambia in the first place was the trade in ivory. 400 years of British occupation and exploitation. The last elephant was shot in 1958. The hill is still there on the river Gambia. They killed all the elephants, all the rhinos that were in this country. They depleted our wildlife, and at the time of independence, Gambia, that was an elephant, was handed in as a snake. If you look at it, don't you wonder why the map of the map of the Gambia is in straight lines? Because they measure from the water's edge, the river Gambia, to 25